And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas from Mars with another video. And we are at the end of year one in this episode, guys. We have two more regular season videos. But we get into this game 81 and 79 and 78 and 82. Those are the records of these two ball clubs going into a critical situation here in the top of the 8th inning. Vancouver, only a couple games above 500. This game is basically a must-win for them in the wild card race. That is almost a home run. Wow, and at home run distance, it was only 1.6 feet outside of the foul pole right there. That was a crazy swing. But Brad Miller at the dish here, and he's going to take ball 4 on the next pitch, as this American League wild card race is really getting close to the end of it here. We're going to have some critical situations in this game, and then we're going to have the final game for a lot of these stars in this league, like Yadi Molina and Albert Pujols. So that's what this episode is going to be, and then in the next episode, we're going to have some final regular season games and get set up for the postseason. But that was a massive double play, so now the bases are clear here with 2 down for Eric Hosmer, who just got recently called up to Vancouver following the injury that happened to Austin Meadows. Now a full count pitch to Hosmer here. He's going to fly this one into right field, and Dylan Carlson is going to get underneath that ball to make the play. So middle of the 8th, and it's still a 1-run game. Vancouver has only gotten 2 hits all night long in this one here. As on the mound is Jose Urena, and he's been really good in 27.1 innings this season out of the bullpen for the Vandals. 2.63 ERA, only 13 strikeouts, but, you know, 360 average against lefties actually isn't that great, so definitely much more of a effective pitcher against right-handed hitting. But Ian Happ is up here. He's 1 for 3 in this game, and he's going to take this sinker down below the knees. On deck is Dansby Swanson. He's got 24 homers and 79 RBIs on the season. And that 3-2 pitch, or 3, I think there was a 3-1 pitch actually, is outside. So here he is. Dansby's 1 for 3, a triple in the game. As a man on first, nobody out, 1-0 pitch. Ground ball over to Arenado, who's going to start a double play. So just as a double play began to get the first couple of outs in the top of this 8th inning, it happens again here in the bottom of this 8th inning, and now it's Eduardo Escobar who's going to come up with 2 out and nobody on base, and the first pitch that he sees is a ball stopped by Hosmer, and Hosmer takes it himself to the bag to get the out. That was a really good play right there, actually, by Eric Hosmer. So we're going to go to the 9th inning, and we're tied at 1 apiece. J.P. Crawford's going to ground this ball to first base, and they're going to throw it over to the pitcher here. And Pivetta gets the second out of the inning. And now it's Ketel Marte, who's got 92 RBIs this season here. He's having a pretty good year at the dish. And so let's see what the first pitch for him is. A line drive, and that ball is down, and that ball is going to go all the way into the gap here. Ian Happ is on his horse as he gets to it at the wall, but that is a double. Extra base hit for Ketel Marte. That's his 22nd of the season here. And now on deck, a 3-0 count to Nolan Arenado, and that ball misses upstairs. So 2 on, and now with 2 out. So Dylan Moore is going to come out and pinch run for Nolan Arenado. I don't know really why they're doing that, because really the only run that matters right now is the guy at second base. But either way, here's Kyle Isbell. And Kyle Isbell is going to ground it up the middle. Swanson has it, and he tries to go to first base, but he can't get the outs. Wow, Kyle Isbell just barely beats it out. Now it's Gabriel Moreno at the plate here where the base is loaded. That pitch misses for ball 3. And here's the deciding pitch, full count to Moreno. It's a little fly ball into right field, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. That's going to score 2 runs. And the young catcher, Gabriel Moreno, coming through with a huge 2 RBI base hit. Wow, there's Jorge Alcala. Really good numbers for him in 64 innings out of the Sharks bullpen, but that was a monster swing. A season-saving one potentially for Gabriel Moreno, as there's a fly ball shallow center, and it is caught by Ian Happ to end the top of the ninth. But man, 5th hit of the game, and what a huge one, as now Vancouver is ahead by 2 runs. So bottom of the ninth, Dylan Moore is going to go to third base, and to close the game out is Nick Anderson. He's blown 8 saves this season, but a 3.02 ERA for him, 3.08 average against lefties. He's doing really good against righties this season. 47 strikeouts to only 15 walks in 50 innings. That's a good season, man. Again, a lot of blown saves for him, it seems, this year. Just getting a little maybe unlucky, but either way, he's going to start the 9th inning off by giving up an extra base hit into the gap here, bouncing off the wall, and there's a double for the leadoff man in the bottom of the 9th for San Diego, and they're certainly not done yet. That's Christian Walker getting his 5th double of the year, and now it's Alek Tomas, and Tomas is going to swing and miss early at a curveball. He's really struggling this season, unfortunately. And now it's Willie McIver, not a regular starter for San Diego, and he cannot catch up to a 2-seamer at 93. Pumping gas right there is Anderson, and now there's 2 down, and it's Jorge Polanco at the plate. 2-2, down to their final strike, and that's a ball grounded up the middle, and a base hit. Christian Walker is going to score, trying to go to second base, and reaching is Polanco. So it's an RBI double. There's his 24th, and it's a 1-run game. Dylan Carlson at the plate now, and Carlson's going to swing through a 2-seamer. The count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch to Carlson. It's a swing and a miss. And Nick Anderson gives up a run, but closes the game for Vancouver. A huge win for the Vandals. They move to 82 and 79, 3 games over 500 here. And it depends on what happens with the rest of the teams in this wild card race. But man, that was a absolutely huge victory right there. A saving season 1 for Vancouver, who really has come out of nowhere, it seems, to be in this spot of a wild card. And you see Moreno celebrating with the base hit. They were a below 500 team for most of this season. They've had a good second half, a good last month here this year, and they're getting hot at the right time, it seems. So the Vandals have won the first 2 games of the series, and they've been winning games when they need to. They've taken the first 2 games here of this series, and they've just been winning quite a bit here recently down the stretch this season. That's been huge for them. So Eric Hosmer had a home run in this game, actually, for Vancouver. Ketel Marte, nobody had more than 1 hit for Vancouver at all in this game, but Gabriel Moreno, of course, had that huge 2 RBI single. The win, Jose Urena, the loss goes to Nick Pivetta. So there's 2 days left in this regular season here, and there is an 82 and 79 Firebirds team. Shohei Ohtani going up against Robbie Ray in this one. So we're going to quick manage this bowl game here. Shohei this season a 2.6 ERA and 229 strikeouts. Probably he's going to be a front runner for the Cy Young Award in this game. I'm not sure if it's probably going to give it to him, but I'm not sure if he will really deserve it necessarily. But either way, he's having an incredible season on the mound, of course. And so we got a close game here. Robbie Ray has been really good for Winnipeg. Definitely their best pitcher that they have in their rotation right now. But Toronto scores first in the bottom of the 3rd inning. There's a double by Bryce Harper, who is having an amazing year for Winnipeg as well. There's a strikeout, and Shohei, I don't know, you saw his hitting statistics. He's been really good with the bat as well this year, but there's a double by Willie Castro here into the gap, and so it's a tie game, one apiece. Pop up a ground out. There's a base hit by Tommy Pham, and a lead for Winnipeg. And there's another single. There's Bryce Harper. He's got 89 RBIs and 39 home runs this season. That is really impressive. And there's a home run. Will Myers ties the game back up in the bottom of the 5th. here at 2, excuse me, as a strikeout, then a base hit, another strikeout, and a pop-out. So we're in the late innings now in this stage of the game. In the top of the 6th inning, there's a big double by Justin Upton, and it looks like we're going to go to the bullpen here for Toronto. Bring out Casey Sadler, who's got a 2.48 ERA in 54 innings, but he immediately gives up a double to Willie Adames. A walk here, Keeper Ruiz. There's a big double play and a ground out. So a 3-2 lead for Winnipeg. That's a big run that they just got in that top of the 6th inning. And a big 0 put up by Robbie Ray in the bottom half of that 6th. So base hit by Tommy Pham, and it looks like we're going to go to the bullpen again here. And we're going to bring out Ryan Borucki, who gives up a walk. And now Bryce Harper slams a 3-run homer. That's his 40th dinger of the season. And he's got over 90 ribbies now. That was a huge hit. And it's a 6-2 lead for Winnipeg here. Ryan Borucki, they're going to go back to the bullpen again. Butcher gives up a couple of singles to start this inning off. And now the bases are loaded. Yoy Gall gets a sac fly. Bryce Harper comes through again with a 2 RBI double. Oh my goodness, he's 4 for 5 in this game. And Winnipeg's offense just having a field day against Toronto. 9 runs and 15 hits in this one. And 8 innings for Robbie Ray tonight. That's a great start for him. Keenan Middleton comes in and closes the door. And that is a monster win for Winnipeg. A monster loss for Toronto, as they now have the same record as Vancouver. But, man, Bryce Harper, 4 for 5. 4 RBIs in that bowl game. Or 5 RBIs, actually, in that game. Had a 3-run homer and a 2-run double in that one. He's continuing to have just an unbelievable season here. And now, 82-78 for the Diablos. We saw them win in extra innings last episode. So let's see them here against the Oklahoma City Bison, and Pablo Lopez on the mound for OKC. Brandon Woodruff on the mound for the Diablos. And there's Jock Peterson launching a solo homer, getting the scoring started in the top of the 2nd inning. And, yeah, these two pitchers have been pretty good this year. Pablo Lopez at 3.46 ERA, and Brandon Woodruff has been a really good starter for them. 3.3 ERA, basically. Now, there's Sal Frelick, 2 home runs and 12 RBIs for him. Yeah, his average is not great, so, I mean, this is just good experience for him, I feel like, though, at this point. And we'll see if he's going to be on this team going into next season. But still 1-0 game. Robert Poisson for OKC has been pretty good. He's batting around 270 right now. So he's definitely playing well enough to get a chance to start on this team going into next season. I think he will end up being a starter next year. Noel Marte is not doing great, though. But I do think that he will start next year still on the Major League roster. But, man, still 1-0 game. These two pitchers are doing really well so far. There's a Merrifield, and there's a base hit. And, man, he's having a good season, and then he steals a base. And I don't know if you noticed that, but, yeah, Robert Poisson is batting 276 right now. That's impressive. But I don't know if you noticed that Whit Merrifield this season, that was his 59th stolen base of the year. So that is unbelievable. I've never actually seen anybody in this game because we don't have the updated rules. I know, of course, this year stealing went off and crazy, but in this game, it's still, regular rules. We don't have the updated bases or the updated pickoff rules or anything. So 59 stolen bases is really, really impressive. I've never seen anybody get to that number in the show in a season before. And he could get to 60. That would be really incredible for him. But we're in the 9th inning, and it's still 1-0. So, man, these two teams, the offenses have not been there. Only 8 combined hits. Double play. Bottom of the 9th. Base hit for Pablo Lopez. And we're going to go into this game now. Only 77 pitches for Pablo Lopez in this game. He has been so effective. As J.J. Bleday is going to fly into center. Merrifield is going to get there. Oh, man. Over the shoulder jumping grab made. That was a fantastic play right there by Whit Merrifield to get the first out of the 9th inning. Wow. Now here's Tim Anderson. 72 RBIs for him. An OPS of just over 800. He's having a good year. And let's see what happens on this 1-2 here. It's a ground ball, and that one will get through and into right. So 2 on, 1 man out And let's see, with 85 pitches for Lopez. As you see on the news there, the Stars have clinched the National League East, and they're probably going to be the #1 seed in the National League, at least, and maybe in baseball going into the postseason. But either way, that's the final pitch for Pablo Lopez. My goodness, what a start. 8.1 innings, doesn't give up a run, but he is responsible for the guys on base. And here's Raisel Iglesias, 39 and 47 save opportunities and a 3.15 ERA, 72 strikeouts to 12 walks. Really impressive there. He's having a great year. Again, it seems like 8 blown saves is kind of a lot for how good he's been. But here's Yasmani Grandal, who is an MVP frontrunner right now. Look at those numbers. 52 homers, 120 RBIs, and over 1 OPS. He is absolutely going off this year. There's a swing and a miss, though, on a four-seamer 97. And that is a huge strikeout of a huge hitter on this team. Juan Soto will probably actually win the MVP. I don't know. Juan Soto and Yasmani Grandal, those are the two guys you're looking at for MVP in the American League this season. But there's a ground ball. Sano has it. And Sano touches the bag. And OKC gets a big win here in this one. 1-0, the final score. Wow, the one run that this team got early on is going to be enough. And Pablo Lopez goes 8.1 scoreless in this game and gets his 10th win of the year. Iglesias with his 40th save. Man, only 10 hits total in this game. What a pitching performance by Pablo Lopez. 8.1 innings, 5 hits, only 4 strikeouts, but no walks, or no runs allowed, and no walks allowed as well. And Brandon Woodruff pitched pretty well, but not well enough. So now that is going to really tighten things up even more in this divisional race. As you see there, Jock Peterson, 21 homers now, 76 RBIs for him. But a 3.33 ERA after that start for Pablo Lopez, and Iglesias' 40th save, a 3.11 ERA, I think that said. But yeah, not even any extra base hits the entire game for Mexico City. So 5 singles is all they were able to get. And Brandon Woodruff, 6 innings, 4 hits, only 1 earned run allowed. And Matt Strahm pitched 3 scoreless innings. He's got a 1.32 ERA this season. That's impressive. But yeah, so the Honey Badgers have already got this top spot locked up. But look at this. We got a 3-team tie right now for the American League wild card. The Expos are not technically out of the race right now. They're, a game behind with a game remaining. So if every one of those teams loses and they win, they actually will have a shot to get into the postseason still. But yeah, this is an incredible tight race right now. And you see the Stars there have actually already clinched the top record in baseball, or in the National League at least, and their division there. And you can also see there the Arrows and the Monarchs. A Arrows win or a Monarchs loss will clinch that division for Indianapolis. They're a game ahead. Now, going over to this National League West race, we saw last episode that the Bees were, a game, or that they were tied, actually. And then the Bees won a critical game to start this series off against these two teams. Adam Engel just blasted a home run there. So Colorado right now, they're staying alive. They're wanting to stay alive in their season. They lose this game, they lose the division they lose the chance to win the division, and they lose a chance at a wild card. So I mean, it's going to be winning this division or bust here for both of these teams. So let's see what happens in this quick manage here. Jack Flaherty, the ace for the Bees, is on the mound here, and he's having a good season. There's Lance McCullers, the ace for Colorado, who's pitching well so far through 3 frames. As again, that home run, still the only run scored, a base hit and a walk, and a big strikeout there to end the top of the 4th. And yeah, Lance McCullers, 181 strikeouts for him and a 3.44 ERA. It's not bad numbers by any means, but here's DJ Stewart, and DJ Stewart is going to do what you wanted him to do right there, and that was a sac fly to tie the game at 1. So that's only his 38th RBI of the season, but I think he's been a net positive for Salt Lake since coming there and being a starter. So I'm really fascinated to see what he's going to do with a full season under his belt next year as a full-time starter on this team. But yeah, we're going to go to the bullpen here. The stamina pretty low for Jack Flaherty, who had a really good start. Only 5 innings, but only 1 run and 3 hits allowed. So we go to Dinelson Lamet, who's got 156 innings, a 3.5 ERA. I mean, he was a starter until this team called up Jack Flaherty. Or no, not Jack Flaherty. Until this team called up Jack Leiter onto their pitching staff. And so he's in that long relief role now. But Bays 2 men on, 1 out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And that's a big strikeout. Now a walk for Stewart. Bases are loaded for Double Herrera. And it's a fielder's choice. The game is going to remain tied at 1. Man, we got some low-scoring pitchers duel games here in this episode to start off with. As we're in the 8th inning now, and we're going to go to the pitching change here. Evan Marshall comes out, and he's been really good in 39 innings this season. But, man, we're in the bottom of the 8th, and we're going to hop into this game. Trevor Richards coming on for Colorado, and C.J. Cron coming up for Salt Lake in a 1-1 tie. He's 0 for 2 with a walk in this game. He's 2 for 6 with a double in this series. And let's see what happens here. Trevor Richards coming set. The first pitch to C.J. Cron of the or not the first pitch. Never mind. The count is now full as Teoscar Hernandez is on deck. So the 7th pitch of the at-bat here to Cron is a swing and a drive into right field. Mookie Betts, he's not going to chase it. That ball is gone. C.J. Cron breaks the tie in the 8th. It's 23rd of the season. That home run might just propel the Bees to a division title. Now they're 3 outs away from a National League clinching win. C.J. Cron, what a swing. No doubter, knew it right away. 401 feet to right field. And nearly into the water out there in right. I actually don't know if it ended up getting there. It might have. But man, what a swing. Richards does come back and get a strikeout after that home run. But that is a huge hit. The biggest swing of the season potentially for Salt Lake. And now, here comes Luis Torrens to the plate. And the 1-2 is a ground ball to Rojas. So Trevor Richards, man, he got it through the 8th inning after that homer, but C.J. Cron, he has, struggled a little bit with injuries this year, and, I mean, he has been really one of the better hitters on this Bees team. I think, overall, he's not doing what he's done really in real life. I mean, he's the best hitter on the Rockies team in real life, and I really do enjoy watching him play. I wish the Rockies had more guys around him, but, man, that was a monster swing. And then you got Taylor Rogers, who, kind of has the opposite thing going on. He's got a 3.51 ERA, which is, okay, but, man, he's only blown 3 saves all season. 48 out of 51 save opportunities for him. So, man, this is a tall task. Colorado's got to get to this guy. He's only allowed 3 blown saves all year, so you're feeling pretty confident right now if you are Salt Lake. There's strike 2 to William Contreras, who has had a really good season, actually, at the plate this year. Count is 0-2 here to Contreras, and that's a swing and a miss and a ball way in the dirt. And, Taylor Rogers with that sidearm delivery kind of trips batters up, it seems. But here's now Bobby Dolbeck. He's 0 for 2 with a walk so far in this ball game here. 2-2 counts. As there's a swing and a miss on a slider. I mean, perfect pitch right down to the corner. And a big strikeout. Now down to their final strike. Here's Adam Engel. And the 1-2 is on the corner. And it's strike 3. There's the victory. And there's the division crown for Salt Lake. They are National League West champions. Here with that win. Man, they take the division with their 87th win of the season here over the Rattlers. And a close game, a wonderful finish here at that home run by C.J. Cron. One more look at that swing right there in the no doubt homer. And so, man, the Bees, I mean, they were leading this division for most of the season. The Rattlers really did make an impressive climb in the standings towards the end of the year to make this division close. And, they're going to end up really close in this series. And their offense in this game was not there at all. Only 3 hits all night And yeah, C.J. Cron, you get player of the game when you get the hit that basically seals the division title for you. But I mean, Adam Engel had his 12th homer and his 47th RBI, and he ended up having he's going to end up having a decent season for sure. But yeah, that's what colors for, in 7 innings, only 1 run and 4 hits allowed. That's a good start for him. And yeah, Trevor Rogers, huge home run given up. C.J. Cron with 55 ribbies on the season, 23 homers for him there. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what Salt Lake can. I think Salt Lake's pitching staff is really good. So that'll be a strength for them, certainly going into the playoffs here. But yeah, Jack Flaherty, really good. Only 5 innings, but really good 5 innings for him. Allowed 4 walks, though. But this bullpen for Salt Lake came in and did their jobs excellently. 39 saves now for Taylor Rogers, and that does clinch their division there, 86 and 75. So I was in a win off there. But yeah, 2 games ahead in that division. So basically we have the bracket for the playoffs all but decided at this point. The Barons have already clinched. The Raptors have already clinched the best record in the American League. So the only thing that we have left to decide right now is this National League Central Division and the American League wildcard race. And let's see what happens in this game here. We got the Arrows playing the Millers here. And remember, if the Arrows win this game, they will have a division title. So we're in the 9th inning here, and the Arrows are ahead by 2 runs, 6-4 here. And let's see, Garrett Whitlock has been unreal this season as their closer. Jonathan India begins the 9th inning, flying it over to Ozuna in left, in right, and that's out number 1 for Indianapolis here. So, Indy's been the leader in this division. It doesn't matter what the Monarchs do if Indianapolis wins this game. Here's Joey Bart. He's 1 for 3 this season, or 1 for 3 in this game. 3-2 count here to him. And it's a swing and a miss. 98 mile an hour fastball, I think, there at the top of the zone. And Joey Bart way late. So how about this? We got 1 hour away now for Indianapolis. First pitch to Michael A. Taylor is inside for ball 1. Michael A. Taylor's 0 for 3 in this game. Overall, having a decent season with 51 RBIs and a 244 batting average for him. But here we go. 1-0 pitch to Michael A. Taylor now. And it's a ground ball over to short. Gavin Lux up with it. The throw to first is in time, and there's the victory, and there is the National League East Division title going to the Indianapolis Arrows. They secure the division here with their 93rd win of the season and a 6-4 victory over the Minneapolis Millers. Then a 1-2-3 save for Whitlock, who's got 49 of them this season. One of the best closers all year. And he just added to that again with this win. Josh Donaldson, 24 homers now on the season. Mullins has now over 100 RBIs on the year. And Dustin May gets his 14th win of the season. He's had a good year on the mound. And that bullpen didn't give up, well, Cole Sulzer did give up 2 runs, but the bullpen as well for Indianapolis is definitely a strength of their team. This bullpen is very good, and that's going to be a strength going into the postseason for them. Fernando with 34 homers and 92 RBIs. Pollock has 95. Actually, he's the team leader in RBIs this season for the Minneapolis Millers, and that's a guy, a 262 average. He's been really just great at driving runners in all year. And German Marquez is having an okay season, I guess, and Ranger Suarez and Ben's there. I don't know, I can't remember how to pronounce that guy's last name there that you saw, but yeah, that is the wild card race and the National League East Division decided and settled now. So you got the Crusaders who are going to play the Monarchs in the National League wild card, and you got the division winners. So the National League is entirely, we've figured out the National League totally now. Kansas City does win this game against Chicago, but again, they are, they don't have a chance to win the division anymore. So that 92nd win of the season, it just strengthens their momentum going into the wild card game at this point. But you got a home run by Bobby Witt and Abreu in that game. In Chicago, we haven't seen Chicago a lot this season, 75-87. They just haven't had an amazing season, that's for sure. But, Kansas City is going to finish the year with 90-plus wins, and you get a look at the pitchers there. Zach Gallen, 6 innings, gets the win. Only his 12th of the year. But, 6 innings, 7 hits for him, only 2 runs. That's a good start. And so now, with all that out of the way, we are going to switch to this. We're going to switch to some player lock games. And these are guys playing in their final Major League ball games. Even if they don't retire physically in the game, they're going to be free agents, and I'm not going to sign them to any team again. So this is the last time that we're going to see these players play a game in this franchise. And here's Yadier Molina, who, this season hasn't been great, honestly. Those numbers are not excellent. 623 OPS, only a 230 average. And, kind of matching his stats in this game to his actual career stats. He finished in his regular season career, or his Major League career, with 2,168 hits. So he almost has 2,200 hits. He's going to finish with more of those. 176 home runs. He's got 182 in this game, and 1,022 RBIs. He's got 1,039 RBIs. So, his stats in this game are going to be, he's going to finish with better stats in this game than he did in real life, mainly because he just has played more games. He's played a full season with Phoenix all year, and, he's not really been taken out. He's been their starting catcher all season long, basically, except the last month of the year. I kind of took him out of the lineup and put in a young guy that the Scorpions had in Henry Davis, and Henry Davis has not been that great, honestly, since being put there. But yeah, so those are his numbers, and we'll talk about that again when we look at the stats. But there's a Hunter Renfroe triple that puts Phoenix on the scoreboard 1-0, and then a base hit by Marcus Semien makes it 2-0 Phoenix already. So these two teams, not playoff teams, not going to really make a shot at the postseason at all, and both of these teams might finish with 90 losses. So not great teams here, but we're going to focus on Yadier Molina again. And another look at his numbers here. So, yeah, he'll finish with slightly more, but he's going to, I don't know if the game is going to get him into the All-Star, or I don't know if the game is going to get him into the Hall of Fame, but I think in real life he will get into the Hall of Fame, and so I'll definitely put him in there. I made like a spreadsheet with all the stats and stuff in this game, actually, so he's going to go into the Hall of Fame for me, at least in my book. But yeah, he's one of the best catchers in Major League history, and defensively, of course, we all know how good Yadier Molina has been in his Major League career. So definitely cool to kind of cover him in his last game here. There's a home run right there, as it's a 2-2 tie game. But we'll keep going here as we're in the top of the 3rd inning now, and still 2-2. There's Aaron Savale pitching for the Scorpions here, and he gets through that inning. Tyler Mahle pitching for the Chinooks, but okay, so he doesn't get to bat in that 3rd inning here, and now he does in the bottom of the 4th, or top of the 5th. Yeah, we're in the top of the 5th inning now. 2-1 pitch, perfect swing timing, and it's a line drive right to the shortstop. Man, that sucks. As Molina, that ball was hitting. You couldn't hit that ball better, but it just went right to the player there, Ronnie Solez, watching a home run here in the bottom of the, or the top of the 5th inning to put Phoenix ahead 3-2, or tie the game at 3, actually. As a double and a single, 1st and 3rd here. So they go to the bullpen. Nick Sandlin comes out, and a 5.3 ERA for him this season. Not great numbers. He gives up a base hit, and now a double. Tyler Naquin, and there's a strikeout. So that'll end the 5th inning. 3-4 game. 2 men on with 2 men out, and let's see if we're gonna get a chance. And man, every time that, you know, we can have Yadi Molina come up with a man on base. It's not seemingly happening. So here we go. Dylan Tate coming out to face Molina in this at bat. And man, Dylan Tate, wow, 98 innings for him and a 2.38 ERA. That is some incredible numbers for him this season. That is really, really good. Probably the best guy in this bullpen for Portland. And here's Yadi Molina again. He's 0 for 2 in this game. That average sitting at 239 here. And let's see that 0-2 pitch. As Molina drives it, and it's in a center field, and it's pretty deep, but it is going to be caught by the center fielder for out number 1. So, man, 0 for 3 in the game is Molina here. Not getting anything to happen for him in his final Major League at-bat here, but we'll go back to the quick managing here. And again, yeah, Dylan Tate, man, over 99 innings for him. As there's a fly out by Quintero. As Josh Taylor pitching and a walk. Now Tyler Naquin pops it up. So, man, another low-scoring game in this one. Nick Vincent comes out for Portland. And out in the bottom of the 8th. I wonder if we're going to see another at-bat here as Sean Newcomb comes out. Let's see if we can get another at-bat. We're in the top of the 9th. And there's a strikeout. And, well, there's another. Okay, Tyler Taylor does get a base hit. And we will have one more at-bat for Yadi Molina. Looking for that. Looking for his final hit here. Final at-bat. It's a swing, and it's a ball hit pretty well into the gap. And that one will fall in. Yes, it will. And it's going to go over the wall for a ground rule double. It's only Yadi's 9th this year, but that is hit number 2,200 for him in his Major League career. And that is his final hit as a big leaguer, unless this game goes to extra innings. But there's a ground ball, and it doesn't look like it will. That's the final out, and that's a win for Portland here. So the Chinooks get this win over Phoenix to end the season. But yeah, that's a cool moment right there. We saw the 2,200th hit for Molina. I love that his hit total ended on such an even number right there, and a ground rule double in his final Major League at-bat. So, finishing 1 for 4 with a double in this bowl game here, as Matt Chapman gets the player of the game for a 2 for 3 day. But, yeah, you see Chavez there, 3 homers, 7 RBIs. Marcus Semien, he's having the best season offensively out of anyone in this batting order. I mean, it makes sense. He's their best hitter statistic-wise. But, yeah, 241, or stat-wise, I mean, and, like, what is the word that I'm looking for here? Renfro's got 79 RBIs as well. Attribute-wise is kind of what I'm looking for. But, you know, he's a 90-plus overall in this game. But, yeah, I mean, look at those ERAs for Phoenix in the bullpen. It's just, it's not good, man. It's a struggle there to find anybody that you can rely on that team. But, man, Val Contreras with 41 in doubles. So, that's really impressive for a rookie here. Ty France, 75 RBIs. Chapman was 74. And actually, Wilson had his first hit. I don't know if it was for his first hit, but at least his first homer of the season here. And there's a look at the bullpen. And the bullpen numbers there for Portland is not bad, actually. Giovanni Gallegos, 37th save for him this season. Nick Vincent had a good season, and Dylan Tate had an excellent season. So that's not the problem, but now we're going to go to Albert Pujols here, Yadi's teammate in real life. But yeah, we saw Pujols hit 700 homers last episode, and he's got 701 here. He finished his career with 703, and, you know, finished his career with 686 doubles. He's got 688, and currently 2,217 RBIs. Finished his actual Major League career with 2,218. So, wow, he's right there in terms of that RBI total. Yeah, I think that Albert Pujols actually in this game ended up finishing really similar to what he did in real life. So we really actually simulated, you know, his season pretty well. I'm not, like, his final regular season numbers in real life don't exactly match up, but, like, his career numbers ended up matching up pretty well. He probably was going to finish I mean, it depends on what happens in this last game, of course, but he'll finish with basically the same amount of RBIs and the same amount of homers that he did in his actual Major League career. I mean, this is one of the best guys to ever play the game of baseball here. First ballot Hall of Famer for sure. And it was really exciting to call his 700th home run last episode. So, his final Major League game here. Frankie Montas on the mound for Atlanta. And Frankie Montas has not had a great season for the Crusaders, but they already know they're the top dog in the wild card race here. So, here we go. Final game for Albert Pujols in his Major League career, as you get some of these lineups from some of these stats. And yeah, I talked about this earlier at the trade deadline, but man, I should have traded more guys from this team in Charlotte. I could have definitely traded more guys here. I should have traded, probably should have traded Clayton Kershaw from this team and Justin Turner. But anyway, here's Albert Pujols. 2.30 average, 22 homers and 67 ribbies. I mean, that's not honestly a bad season, considering, you know, he's 40 years old and this is his final year. In real life, he actually, you know, he had 24 homers and 68 RBIs in his final season in real life. So, again, man, his final season in real life really matches up, you know, very, very well. He's only 2 home runs and an RBI shy of what he actually did in his last season in real life. Here he's going to drive this ball into the outfield here. Pujols sends it over the wall. No, it's off of the top of the wall. Actually, I thought that was a homer. It's going to be a double into the gap. So there's an extra base hit for Albert Pujols. That's double number 17. He had 14 of them in real life. As we're in the top of the 7th inning here. This game is scoreless still. And there's a swing and a drive by Pujols. Deep to left field. And number 702 for Albert Pujols. Breaks that scoreless tie here in the 9th. 23rd of the season. 702 home runs. He ties his RBI total in real life with that swing. Wow, I mean, he had a clutch homer for number 700 last episode. There's another clutch homer for 702 right there. 1-0 in this game now. Look at this, where this one went. And 362 on the distance into the seating area there in left field. How about that? Big time swing. And that might be his final swing of his Major League career right there. And that would be quite a fitting end to his regular season or his actual career. Man, how about that? Framber Valdez is still pitching, by the way. He's just shut down this Atlanta offense entirely. As Tyler Clipper comes out for the Crusaders. I'm not sure really why they put him out there. He's got a 4.8 ERA. As he gives up a couple of runs, a triple by Luis Robert and a sac fly. And, I mean, with that inning and 2 runs, we actually might get a shot at seeing Albert Pujols one more time in this game. But now we're in the top of the 9th, and here's Albert Pujols again for another at-bat. And this is his last one. I mean, we're in the 9th inning now, and you know, with 1 down, there's a look at his last swing, homer number 702 for him. Again, replaying that, and let's see what he does on his final Major League at-bat. 1-2 from Archie Bradley. It's a swing, and that's a drive. It's hit well to left center field. The outfielders are at the wall, and that ball is gone! He's got his second of the game, number 703. 4-0 Charlotte. And in his final at-bat, Albert Pujols hits another home run. Unbelievable. He matches his actual home run total in 2022 in real life, or 2023 in real life, and he's going to finish with 1 more RBI than he actually did in real life in his Major League career. But that is fitting, man. 382 feet there to left field. How about that? What a swing. That's the last one for Albert Pujols in his career. Man, that's so fun. I love that. I love how close we actually got his numbers to match up to what he actually did in real life. That, I think, is so incredible that we got that. I mean, that close. Like, that's awesome, man. But that's fun. I love calling. I love calling those home runs as we're in the bottom of the ninth. And this is a 4-2 game. So, the same situation here for Kenley Jansen to try and close out the season for Atlanta. And, man, when you have moments like this, you got to win this game if you're Charlotte. And there's a ground ball, and the game is not over yet. That's going to be a base hit. So Kenley Jansen does give up a run. Actually, this might be extra bases, and it will be because that ball rolled so dang slowly. The outfielder was playing back near to the wall there, and Wilmer Flores is going to get a double out of that. That was kind of crazy. But here's Adolis Garcia. He's 0 for 3 in the game. And the first pitch, he pops it up. And Perez is going to settle under it, make the play. That's the game. And Charlotte does get the win here to finish their season. And, of course, star of the show, Albert Pujols. 2 homers, 2 RBIs in this game, and he gets a win in his final Major League Baseball game of his career. 12th win for Framber Valdez, and I believe that's at 38 saves for Kenley Jansen this season. But yeah, a double and 2 homers for Albert Pujols in this game. That's certainly a good strong finish to his Major League career. I kind of wish that it would, give some more animations about that. Like, if you could declare that a guy is going to retire when, the season started, and they did kind of some special celebrations for that player in the final day of the regular season. If the game could do that somehow, that would be really cool. Because, I mean, the game kind of played it off as just that's just a regular game for Albert Pujols in the last game of his career. So I kind of wish that you can have an option to do that, to make that a little bit more special. But, yeah, man, he finished 24 homers, 69 RBIs. That's almost exactly what he did in real life in 2023. I'm not sure what the average for him was in that season. I'm going to want to put kind of the total numbers and the stats actually on the screen for you guys to look at. I think that would be very helpful as a reference to kind of what I'm talking about. But either way, that's the stat line for that game. And we got one more guy to show you here in this episode, and that is Ryan Zimmerman, who played for the Nationals in real life, retired at the end of 2023 in real life. And so this is his final Major League game. And, he finished with 290 home runs. That's 4 or 6 more than he did in real life. 1,081 RBIs. He finished with 1,061 RBIs, so 20 more than he did in real life. And his total hits is 1,846. So he's going to finish with slightly more hits, RBIs, everything. Batting average 275, and he finished with 277 in real life. So, this is a guy, maybe not a Hall of Famer. He might be. I mean, he's got a 40.1 career WAR in real life. So, it's possible that he does go into the Hall of Fame, but it's not entirely he's not a for sure lock or anything. But yeah, this is a guy he's gonna be going and retiring after this season. I know he's 37, so he probably could play another season, but again, I want this series to be realistic, and he retired at the end of this year, so I'm gonna be faithful to that in this game and have him retire at the end of the season. So either way, in the last game for Montreal, they are basically they're eliminated from the postseason contention at this point. They're 2 games back with 1 game left. So this is the end of a disappointing season for them, honestly, because they're not going to be in the running for a postseason spot anymore. But you saw that you saw the numbers right there for Kyle Gibson. I mean, he's having an unreal season. He had a rough start to this game, though. And now a walk to Ha-Seong Kim. Christian Yelich, that's a fielder's choice, but first and third, 2 down. Now Jack McNeil is second and third, and he's going to get a base hit. So 2 more runs score, and it's already 5-0 as Ryan Zimmerman comes to the dish. So a 178 average for him, 6 homers, and 20 RBIs. Yeah, he did a lot better, actually, in real life. He had a 257 average in real life, although he only had 44 hits, 6 homers, and 27 RBIs. Those were his real-life numbers. So he did a lot better in his final season in real life. I mean, you know, the home run and the RBI totals are a little bit more for him just because he played more games. But Ryan McMahon gets a home run right there to get Montreal on the scoreboard. But yeah, Kyle Gibson struggling today so far, and then he's going to give up another couple of runs, and that ERA came into the game at a 2.2, and now it's all the way up to 2.47. So, yikes, not a great finale. I mean, he's a guy that I would consider for a Cy Young, and this season might actually really harm his chances of getting that, because another player on this team, named by the guy by the name of Zach Wheeler, has had an unreal season, so he might probably be getting that. But yeah, actually, he had the same amount of home runs that he did in this last season. He actually had less RBIs, so that's a base hit, as that's going to be maybe an RBI here. Trying to go home is the runner. Throw is not going to be in time. And maybe I'm too quick on saying that. I mean, he finished with 27 in real life, and that's only his 21st RBI of this season. But that's a big-time hit right there for Ryan Zimmerman, and one of his probably final RBIs of his career. So a 3-7 game. Looks like Montreal, I mean, they're not out of it yet completely, but this is going to be a tough one to come back from. Now Zimmerman 1 for 2, and he's going to fly that one into the outfield here, relatively shallow, caught by Yelich in center. So that might be his final at-bat. We'll see if he can get one more in this game. And, you know, we're in the top of the 9th inning, and Will Smith is going to come down to kind of him. We got a few guys to go through, and Anthony Bender is pitching right now in this game, and New York looking to lock up their 88th win of the season, as that is a slider that misses for ball 4, okay? So Alex Kirilloff has got to get on to get Ryan Zimmerman a chance to come up to the plate here again for, you know, a final at-bat. Let's see what happens here. 0 for 3 in this game is Kirilloff. And you see there, as that's a ground ball. It gets underneath the glove of Ha-Seong Kim and into the outfield, actually. So, okay, a couple of base hits, and Ryan Zimmerman will get one more at-bat. Here comes the first pitch to him from Bender. It's a ground ball, and it's up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Will Smith is going to score from seconds. Okay, Ryan Zimmerman, his final at-bat is going to be an RBI base hit back up the middle. And he ends up with a 2 for 4 day with, you know, 2 hits and 2 RBIs. And he'll finish the season with 23 of them, as long as, or 22 of them actually, as long as this game is not going to go over more. I mean, it's not over yet. Sean Doolittle coming out, man, 37.1 innings for him and a 1.93 ERA. That is just incredible numbers. 2 strikes on Ryan McMahon. Down to the last strike here. And that's a swing and a miss and a ball way in the dirt. And that's the final out for New York this season. So they lock up their 80th win of the season, and the Montreal Expos end up finishing 500 on the year. They're finished 81, and New York actually swept them in this 3-game set to finish the season off. And yeah, you know, I think I expected it. I mean, the Expos, again, their offense was so lackluster that I really did not think that they were going to be a great playoff team, and I was wondering, I didn't think they were going to even make it. They ended up having a better season than I thought, but overall at the end, they did not end up getting into the playoffs. But Ryan Zimmerman, he'll take that, man. A 2 for 4 day with, you know, a couple of RBIs in your final major league game. Those are some good numbers, man. I mean, you definitely are okay with that, and he finished his final at-bat with an RBI base hit. So, overall, really good stuff from all of these players in their major league and their last at-bats and everything in games. But that is going to do it, at least for the regular, I mean, not for the regular season. We still have one more regular season episode. We might have a game 163. It's possible. And that would be, you know, kind of technically the regular season, but basically the start of the play. That would be like another wild card game. But either way, this is the matchups going into the final episode that we're going to focus on: Winnipeg, Toronto, Oklahoma City, and Mexico City, and Vancouver and San Diego. We're going to play all 3 of those games next episode to determine who's going to get this American League wildcard spot, this final spot into the playoffs. Everything else is locked up and decided, but this is the one spot that we don't know yet. Fascinating stuff. I love that this race came down. It's going to come down to the final day and might actually extend past the regular season. We'll have to see. But yeah, we'll have that episode for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Season 1 basically finished here. Have a great weekend. I hope you had a great weekend, everybody. And you've been listening to Lucas from Mars. Have a great day again, once again. And I will see you in the next one. God bless.